Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Chris, and since it's after market hours, that means I was able to make a trip to the coin shop. So, if you're watching this, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification button, the big three. Now, that being said, so in my last video, I mentioned something interesting that I had purchased from Royal Canadian, or not from Royal Canadian Mint, but a product of Royal Canadian Mint. And these were actually what I was talking about. So these ones are actually older maples still in the original packaging that they were shipped in. So I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. Let me see if the best way to show it is. So right here in this corner, you can see the RCM. And then it's also got like a little crown on it. So pretty cool. These ones, so this one's 2010. And these guys over here, let's see. This one's a 2004. I would assume they're both the same since they're attached. 2004, but I also have some from the 80s, I believe. 80s and 90s. So that's pretty cool. Again, like when you see something the way that it was originally produced, pretty interesting. You know, whoever had these before me, so these were actually a coin shop purchase. Whoever had these before me obviously took care of them, had them in a, had them kept in the original packaging. Not too often that you see that, especially for a bullion coin. But that being said, so as you know, again, I like the higher premium stuff for good and for bad. And lately I've been seeing a lot of the Perth Mint stuff, Perth Kookaburra. And so like the Kookaburras were big on my list. And I've noticed that that these kind of things were big inside the display cases. So today I saw two Kookaburras which were consecutive years. So I ended up making this guy part of my stack, as well as this guy. So 91 and 92. This is all part of that same original stack that the person liquidated way back when. In order to get money from the coin shop. Well, I forget what it was, 2,000 ounces or something like that. And a lot of it was just individual unique coins that they had picked up. So for me, very nice. I've noticed that at the coin shop, silver is just not moving like it was. And that's really helped me to not pull the trigger on, like, because there's a lot of Engelhard they have a lot of Engelhard single ounce bars. They have 2 or 3 of the Engelhard 10 ounce bars. There's the little one like I have, like the little long one, and then there's also the flat bar. They also have some A-Mark, some Johnson Matthey. So a lot of they actually have a pretty good selection of like older silver. I'd say probably 150 ounces of like 10 ounce bars, and just random one-offs, and then also like the single ounce bars. So since I've seen that it hasn't moved, that's helped me to kind of put the brakes on and kind of see where it's at. I've noticed that for the nicer stuff that they have, they're kind of coming down a little bit on price, which it's been a couple weeks since I went over there, maybe $2 or $3 down on the prices that they were charging. So for example, something like this, I think I bought this for 36, and so today the Kookaburras I purchased for 34. So not bad. Again, and the reason that I went for the Kookaburras is just because it's an older piece and it looks like they're in pretty good condition. So since I've been purchasing quite a few Kookaburras lately, I thought, why not get those? Then I was also able to purchase this Canadian proof maple with the monkey proof. So again, more kind of in the theme that I'm going with right now, which is a lot of Royal Canadian Mint stuff, and a lot of the animal, either the animal theme from the Royal Canadian Mint or Kookaburras. Kookaburra, I wasn't a huge fan. I think because before, like when you look at the 2 ounce Kookaburra, it's a cool coin, 2 ounce version, so nice and chunky. But the thing is, the luster on the coin itself isn't really too impressive. But when I look at these other ones, the other Kookaburras that are part of this collection that this person had, they are pretty impressive. So it's kind of made me a little bit more of a fan. Like I talked about before in my other video about, which bullion coin would you go with, I really didn't remember for a long time that the pandas are only 30 grams versus the full ounce. I don't think it's that big a deal, honestly, like whenever you go to sell them or whatever, I mean, they pretty much just count on like a normal ounce of silver, although I'm sure they're aware it's not an ounce of silver. But again, probably because the pandas have their own premium associated with them. A lot of people are talking about the Type 1, Type 2 Eagles that came out. Of course, everyone's making a video about it. Honestly, like anything, it's going to be one of those things that grows on you. I don't really find them all that impressive. I wasn't a big fan of the Eagles themselves. The one that won me over and really screams America to me is the Proof Eagle. Once I saw the Proof Eagle, I was like, oh, now that's nice. Now that's something that, like I said, like you could display or have a few of those and really like take those out and show those to people. The Libertad, even though it's not like a proof, I feel like the workmanship on them makes them very desirable. It looks really nice. I've only recently purchased Libertads, but now that I have them, I mean, I wish I had a couple tubes of them because they're that impressive. So other things like the older Britannias. So these are some examples. Oh, actually, this is, Britannia. So some of the older Britannias, these guys. I've heard that there's a market for the older Britannias. I don't know. I wouldn't know because I'm not like a huge fan of them. But I do find it interesting that people like them so much. Again, the new one that I was looking at apparently has a lot of security features built into it. And it is pretty nice. It has a nice luster, nice shine. These ones, if I took the capsule off, obviously it's a little bit nicer luster than when you can see through the coin holder. But yeah, Britannia's, in my opinion, pretty good go-to, I guess, especially if the price is right, like anything else. Last summer, of course, the summer of high premiums, I picked up quite a bit of the Queen's Beast series. I have probably 2 or 3 of each of the Queen's Beast series in silver. I wish some of it was gold. But I did see even the gold pieces now, the gold Queen's Beast, don't have that much of that high of a premium versus what normal bullion coins cost. So like, for example, to give an idea, the maple is probably $30 different than what the Queen's Beast in gold cost with the 1 ounce versions. And because of that, I mean, if you're going to buy gold anyway, $20, $30, I mean, it's something to look at depending on, what the prices are at that time. If there's not much of a difference, why not have a little bit nicer piece, in my opinion? Although, again, with something like the maple, I'm a huge fan of that as well. So I don't feel like you could go wrong, but at least it gives you some choice there where, there's not a huge difference to be off-putting. Secondly, like I said, like if price goes up in the future, I think there'll be people out there who want a little bit nicer stuff. But something I wanted to remind everybody about, the 500 sub giveaway. We're pretty close, 50 subs or so. This is part of that 500 sub giveaway, along with the Niue Turtle, which I don't have in front of me. But yeah, I might add something else to that 500 sub giveaway. Again, if I do well in the markets or different things, like why not give it back to people? Luckily, I was able to give away recently the half ounce or the 50-cent piece, I believe, from Canada. These guys. Every time I look at them, they look awesome, and these ones were in good condition. So making these as a purchase when I purchased the Voyagers, the level of detail, again, I mean, it's pretty normal for like a coin. I would say it's pretty normal level of detail, but it just looks very impressive because of the luster of the coins themselves. Pretty interesting. So this guy over here, you can't see it because it wasn't on camera, but again, this one was actually a gift per se from Silver Gold Saver when I actually purchased some of these guys, Germanias. I think I purchased a couple of them, and he threw that in, which is really cool. The Germania is pretty nice. It reminds me a lot of the Britannia, and my understanding is that these also have quite a following from people. But again, every day when I make these purchases, I'm asking myself, how am I ever going to organize these unless it's like in a folder or something of just all kinds of different random silver? Because I did see that the coin holder tubes, which is probably the way I'm going to have to go because I've got so many random assortment. But I think if I do see duplicates or things like that, or again, like for example with the kookaburras, I'm gonna start keeping those all together just because it's becoming a little difficult to keep track of what I have. But that's kind of a good thing because even then, like, you know, since I'm not liquidating right now, and I obviously wouldn't liquidate any of this kind of stuff first, it makes it interesting going forward. And I hope that moving forward, oh, one thing. So at the coin shop today, I did notice as I was kind of scoping everything out, they had a Valcambi Kilo. I've never seen a Valcambi Kilo in person, Kilo bar. It was pretty nice. I thought about pulling the trigger. I think he wanted 1,200 for it, which isn't bad. It's a little higher than I would like to pay for a 10 ounce, for a 10 ounce, for a kilo, but not bad. So I may end up purchasing that if I do well this week. So knock on wood. But anyway, that being said, that's it for today, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.